How do you feel about being a black man in today's society?
Uh, it's just pretty tough. You have to go through a lot, and you definitely have to be mentally strong. Just getting day by day.
We have to work harder to prove who we are or what we are.
Either thugs or guys who pose a threat to America.
But it makes you stronger. You have to plan harder. You have to be more prepared.
However, I don't feel like that is any excuse or any crutch for me not to do or not to excel. But it is still yet a challenge being a black man in America.
You ever felt discriminated against by the police?
Yes. Several times. As far as being stopped or just being somewhere in public and.
A few times on a few instances, but I took that as being black. I just take the charge. It's just something I knew I was gonna have to go through. Like I had already predicted that I was gonna be in handcuffs before some point in my life, just being black.
Our purpose or what we coming to do or where we coming from, they automatically think that we up to something because we're black.
No, not really. I think that it depends on how you dress and how you approach yourself out there in the streets.
No, I have to say no. I have to say every time I've got stopped by the police, I pretty much deserve to be stopped.
One word would be is typical. It's being an older African American and dealing with that as a youngster. When you tend to be more combative and want to prove your point that you're right. I can understand what the young guy was going through because he just didn't want to feel like he had to obey when he knew he was probably not doing anything wrong. But at my age, if I found myself in that situation, I'm going to obviously avoid all of that because sometimes you already know what the outcome can be, and so to avoid that confrontation, you just don't even respond. And it's sad that a young man who's doing nothing and based on that interview would have to deal with what he did with that cop. Perception that a lot of people have of law enforcement, and that's why it's such difficult to trust law enforcement.
It went a little smoother if he didn't say nothing, but at the same time, we have freedom of speech. So
This video was your reaction.
What's my reaction to it? I ain't surprised. I mean, I feel like that's the common police officer in America. I feel like if I had to take a lineup of 10 officers, probably 6 or 7 of them are like, those 2 officers in the video. It's sad. Cops in America are just a bunch of, how do I put it without really, a bunch of assholes with a badge and a gun, and they think they're in the wild, wild west.
Do you think your life would be easier if you were white?
Easier, no. I believe life presents challenges for everyone, regardless of color, race, creed, or ethnicity.
I don't know. I really never think about it like that. That's an interesting question because I really don't think about that. I mean, I like my life. I mean, it's just who I am. I think that.
no, I don't think that. I will still be me. No matter what color I am, red, green, purple, or yellow. I have to get past being me. I have to get through life being me.
I wouldn't know, but I always thought if I was white, I have an instant success. It would be a whole lot easier. Automatic job, automatic college, 2-parent system, all of that, all the good stuff. No struggle.
Describe how you feel being a black man in one word.
Royalty.
Great.
Amazing.
Excellent.
Challenged. And I think that that's a good thing, that I'm challenged to always be mindful of my mistakes because
In one word.
Challenging.
We are just as smart as them. That's one thing that they don't like. Regardless of what it's dealing with, you can find a doctor, a white doctor. I can find a black one just as smart. You find me a white lawyer, I find you a black one just as smart. You find me a white rocket scientist, I find you a black one just as smart. You find me a white scientist, I find you a black one 2 times as smart. Because the deeper you dig, the blacker this earth get.